everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this new video, we're going to talk about the map method and how it works in JavaScript. We're going to see an example with the strings that we have here, strings that represent planets. So let's dive in. What is the map method? First of all, it's an array method. Notice that here we have an array. So it's an operation that we can perform on arrays, and it's actually very helpful and very frequently used in JavaScript, especially for React development and for development in other more advanced frameworks and libraries. So it's essential that you know how to use it. The map method takes all the elements in the array, in this case 4 strings, and it uses a function that we define here. We pass it as an argument to generate another value. And then it gives us a new array with those transformed values. It's basically going to transform these values into new values to make a new array. But how we will do that depends entirely on us, on how we implement the function that we pass as an argument here. So let's say that we want to map each planet to its corresponding lowercase version. Let's say like this. The toLowerCase method is a string method in JavaScript that gives you the lowercase version of the string. Here, notice that every string has an uppercase letter at the beginning. So now with the lowercase version, that should not be there. They should all be written in lowercase. What this method is going to do is it's going to take this array, and for every single element in the array, we're calling that a planet, but you can choose the name for your specific array. If you have an array of numbers, this could be num. If you have an array of clients, that could be client. If you have an array of orders, that could be an order. You will always get one element from that array at a time. In this case, we're getting a planet. And what are we going to return here? We're going to return the lowercase version of that string. Let's just define a new variable because we are going to get an array as a return value. This is something that you should know about the map method. It doesn't mutate the original array in memory. This array will still be there when we finish the process. It only returns a new array with the new values that you get over here. You will get one value per element in the original array. So let's run this and check the array, new planets. Here you can see this array. We get all the planets in lowercase. We're applying this function to every element in this array. Now let's check this with a more noticeable change, like changing the letters to uppercase. You can see this. We are getting all the strings in uppercase. So we're applying this operation to every single element in the original array, and that is basically the purpose of map. A key thing to know here is that when you use an arrow function with map, you should return a value with an explicit return statement if you're not writing something very simple like this, which is just an expression. If this is an expression and you will get a value from here directly, that value will be added to the new array. But if you're planning to do something a bit more complicated with the value, then you should use a return statement. Let me show you an example of this. Let's just use an array of numbers. We will get a specific number here, and since we're going to do something a little bit more complex, we're not going to have a single expression over here. We're going to have some statements, and then after all the operations are completed, we're going to return something for each one of these values. So let's say that we want to check if the number is even. If the number is even, then we want to return that number multiplied by 2. But if the number is odd, is not even, then we want to multiply the number by 3. This is an example of a more complex logic that you could implement inside this arrow function, in the body of the arrow function. Here, notice that we have to return a specific value with a return statement. Let's see how this works. Let's just assign this to a variable new numbers. Of course, we have to show this in the terminal with console.log. Here we have it. And here we can see the output, 3, 4, 9, and 8. And this is a new array that we are generating. Remember that numbers was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 3, 4, 9, 8. We said that if the number was even, we wanted to multiply it by 2. So 2 is even and 4 is even, so we are multiplying them by 2, 4 and 8. But if the numbers are odd, we were going to multiply them by 3. And here we had 1 and 3 were odd, and we are getting 3 and 9. So we're applying specific rules based on certain criteria for the values. And that is the power of map. We can implement the arrow function any way we need to. We just need to follow the right syntax for arrow functions and make sure that we return an actual value that we can add to the new array. That's basically the magic of map. In another video that I'm going to post on the channel, we will see a more advanced example of map applied to a list of objects. I will see you in that video and stay tuned. Thank you for watching.